Okay, hello again. The great and glorious, soon to be famous one day, perhaps, if I'm very lucky, Nick Dutch yet again. Quick video on the subject of loyalty. Now, rather like belief, loyalty is something which can be either subconsciously abused by an individual who has loyalty, as well as something which can be a great evil, whose purpose it is to control the minds of human individuals for the purposes of bending them to the will of other people. We're encouraged to have national loyalty, we're encouraged to have religious and political loyalties, as well as loyalty affiliations to magical and supernaturalist groups, our businesses, the companies we work with and for, our departments, and God alone knows what. In short, if you have a good look, take a pen and paper and start, writing down all the organisations and people and situations that you are being encouraged to have loyalty towards. You may actually be really, really surprised, because you will start to realise that all of these individuals, all of these groups, all of these beings and bodies have at their heart a vested interest in turning you into someone who can protect them, protect their ideologies, protect their identities, protect the way they are and the way that they work. This means that your life is being turned into a tool for someone else's survival, success, and profitability. This cannot be good at all. Especially when we're talking, obviously most of my videos relate to the New Age world, the supernatural world, the occult world. And in these worlds we have emerging and developing religious bodies. These religious bodies wish to get larger. They wish to use other humans, such as yourself, to increase the following. However, this will not increase any benefit that you could provide the world. This only increases the level of control that another person places upon the minds of the people who you come across and introduce to the ideas which are inherent within the religion, politics, and all the rest of it. This is not beneficial to yourself. A lot of the loyalties which we are being encouraged to follow are actually detrimental to our own survival. Sometimes our own sanity and our own reasoning. If you look closely, for instance, at the environmentalist views which you may have absorbed thanks to recycling, the fact you got to put different types of glass and bottles and cans into different varieties of bins everywhere, how this is getting deep into your mind and into your views, and the fact that you will probably even tell your friends that you've got to act environmentally this way, that way, and the other way, shows that you are being given something to be loyal to. And this example of environmentalism is only one particular aspect where loyalty is being abused for someone else's political benefit and to make their views and their power stronger, and to take more power away from yourself as you become more of a puppet for that set of ideas. As far as individual survival is concerned, loyalty must be seen as nothing more or less than a sin, as something immoral or possibly even evil. There are some exceptions, the way I see it, in that at times one does need to show some loyalty to a group to be able to assist that one particular group in effecting some change within your local area or within your local political environment, which can at times be needed to stop more unpleasant ideas from gaining in strength. I'm not telling you this to take you away from who you are or your identity or your religion or your politics. I'm merely pointing this out so that you can start to realize that the loyalties that you've been given, the people you've been made to be loyal to, the political parties you've been made to be loyal to, the religions you've been made to be loyal to, the social groups, the clubs, the organizations, and even some of the views which you have incorporated into your life have been put there by someone else. And as such, any real identity or individuality is being taken away. Now, don't get me wrong here, I'm not trying to encourage you to go completely insane, because the only real total nonconformists, as we all know, are the people who have in fact been locked up. And they are in the mental asylums, they're in the prisons, and all the rest. We do still need to conform to society, but as far as how our views are developing are concerned, we've got to be able to separate to a certain degree so that we can still think for ourselves, and we do not have to think with the emotional baggage which someone else is throwing your way. When we turn on the TV and we watch some news, for instance, there will be many things in that which will be very emotional to us. When a charity advert comes on TV, and don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to knock charities or charity workers here, but there will often be an instance, let's say, of a child who was abused, or of a pet dog that was beaten, which is being brought to us into our own environments, into our own living rooms, to make us have an emotional bond, to make us feel a sense of loyalty, to affect our views, our perspectives, and possibly even to make us part with money. Now, there are some charities I do give to, and there are plenty of charities I don't give to. I'll be honest about that. But I tend to do so out of reasoning and not out of emotion, because I don't want someone to make me feel loyalty towards one particular cause when there's so many out there. And so you've got to still be able to separate and individualize. And the reason I'm mentioning all this under the umbrella term of loyalty is because it's very relevant. Loyalty is a force for mind control, for life control, to turn individuals into puppets. You do not need to be a puppet. You do not have to follow the same codes as other people. However, you still need to integrate within society. So I'm just asking you just to think a little more and work out where you really want your life to go, and whether you want it to go in a direction that someone else wants it to go, or whether you want to try and formulate your own path. The work that I'm doing on YouTube is, it's there to say that the supernatural is a fun thing to play with. I do not want to be able to stop you from thinking. I would say that a great new spiritual path of the future would be based upon discussion, debate, criticism, reading between the lines, and trying to understand rather than trying to believe what someone else is telling you. So take things with a pinch of salt and watch out for those who are trying to control your reality. The occult world, if it's done properly, is there to enable you to understand reality, to be able to break it down and to take another point of view. That's one of its many functions. I'll just leave you with that thought. I bid you good fortune and God bless. Look after yourselves. And be free.